Hey guys, how the hell are you? This is Islander. Welcome back to the island. All right, guys. Today we're going to be discussing the state of the game, and the state of the game is a conversation that we have probably about once a month, sometimes a little bit more than that. But where we discuss about the game, where the game has come from, where it's at, and what direction are we headed in. Okay, and things that guys have progressively gotten from okay or good to bad, bad to worse, and worse to a pile of shit. That's where we are sitting right now. Okay, changes have been made by Pixonic in recent days, and we all saw this coming, or we heard about it. Some people didn't think it was going to happen, whether it was going to be true or not. Okay, and what we're going to be discussing first, guys, is the supply drops. Okay, in supply drops, we were getting keys and silver. Okay, now keys have been entirely removed from the equation, and depending on where you're at in your rank, depends on how much silver you're going to be getting now. Okay, now we did the math earlier, and I think we were getting about maybe 400 something thousand silver a day. Well, we've got an additional 60,000 silver. I think it was 440,000 silver a day is what we calculated. I could be wrong. And now we're getting 500,000 silver and absolutely zero keys, okay? And you were collecting every 4 hours. And now you will collect every 20 hours, okay? And if you don't collect when it comes up, then it'll be extended. You know, if it takes you a day, 25, 26, 27 hours, the clock doesn't start rolling again because you only get one supply crate every 20 hours, okay? It's not like before where you could get up to four and you could come in once every 12 hours and collect your bonus and then go back to what you were doing, okay? Now it's wait for your 20 hours to expire. And if your 20 hours expires at 3 o'clock in the morning and you don't wake up till 8 o'clock in the morning, well, then it actually took you 25 hours, to get your bonus. And then the clock starts again. So it doesn't stack up to four like it did before. That's bad. That's horrible. I don't know why Pixonic would choose this route. Well, I do have a slight idea, guys. And that's because the new bots have been added into the gold chest, okay? So here's what you get, in private bronze. Okay, then you come into Silver League. You can see where it just generally goes up, But what is the incentive now? If this was one of the incentives to be in Champion League, what is the incentive now to come up to Champion League? You're not going to be getting those additional 40 keys like we've been getting before. I'm sorry, those additional 160 keys every 12 hours. 320 keys a day. If my math is correct, and y'all know how my math is, guys. This is really bad for the game. It really is. I mean, does it affect some of us up here in Champion League? No, not really. It doesn't affect me very much at all, okay? But my middle tier players and my players in lower tier that were counting on keys to go to the black market to acquire new equipment, this makes it really, really rough, okay? Because the only way you're going to get keys now is to use your key boosters if you have them and get in there and grind it out for keys, okay? Now, there was a 30% reduction in the amount of keys required to get to the super chest. And we worked out the math, and I believe it came out to like 8,890. Well, let's say 9,000. Okay, so there's like 3,000 less required to get to the super chest, okay? If any of y'all done the math, hit me up in the comments below and let me know where it's at. Those were my calculations. So we're looking at about close to 9,000 keys to get to a super chest. But you don't have the additional keys anymore other than what you're going to pick up in the game, okay? And what you can get over here in the Royale. And you can see where I did my Royale earlier, and I'm pretty much only taking the ones that are free, okay? And I'm trying to get to those boosters. Over here, if I have to use tokens to get to the to get in, I'm just not going to spin it unless it's something that I really, really need. Okay, and there's a 15-minute key booster. I could really use that, but I don't want to be generating, burning too many tokens if I don't have to. So, but I'm sorry, once again, you're gonna pick up a few keys here and there in this particular game if you land on them. Okay. Anyway, I guess we could do one now. Let's just see how we do. I didn't really want to on this one, but I will. And I'll prefer the key boosters over the 25 keys, of course. No, I'm going to get the silver. And I'm not going to I won't do a second flip. Definitely won't do a second flip on it. Okay, so I'm going to be saving my tokens towards getting things that I need, and I would recommend to you guys to do the same. I mean, use your tokens. Your tokens are going to be more beneficial for you in attempting to acquire components here than it is going to be for you to try to save up and get them in the black market. Now, as far as the rewards, your battle rewards, those have not been touched, thank God. Okay, but they have increased the amount to get your rewards. Okay, so we talked about this earlier, where I believe before it would take you 1,500 to get to a champion crate. Well, now that's 1,800. So they've increased it by 300, and so on down the ladder. Now you can see where I'm trying to push my way back up to a champion crate, and you can still acquire your components. I mean your tokens here, guys. All right, so tokens can still be readily available if you're in the higher end league, and this is one of the only reasons to try to come up to a champion league. And let's see what we got in the crates this time around. And now it is the Bulwark, the Falcon, and the Spark. So those are the components that we're trying to get. The silver is still a good bonus. The boosters are still there. And of course, the tokens are still pretty favorable. So not much has changed in the supply crates. And that is a good thing, guys. I mean, that is one of the very few positive things that we have in the game. The reason for them changing the keys, they're trying to remove the keys. Of course, they're trying to sell their new bots, okay? And here they are, the Ares 2000, the Nemesis 2000, and the Hades will be 2000. Then, of course, we go down the list, and not much else has changed down the list from there, okay? But they did implement these three, and they're trying to collect on these guys. They made these three particular bots. Of the three, everybody knows that the Ares is the best, and Ares is what we've been seeing if you're in Champion or Master. They've become pretty plentiful, so people are dropping their money. All right, I know this for a fact. That I track the daily or weekly revenue or daily revenue from Pixonic, and on just on the iOS side, because I have a hard time getting numbers from the Android, but just on the iOS, they've had an increase. All right, a $10,000 a day daily increase. They were at 32,000 and change. Now they're at 42,000 and change. Okay. Now, all these changes come in, and they come in today. And, of course, the community is in an uproar. And those of y'all that took the time to message me all day, and, of course, I've been trading conversations with you guys, both on Messenger and in the comment section of the YouTube. All right? And players are talking about wanting to have a strike, wanting to do a revolt, wanting to, do another no pay, low pay, okay? But this has got to come from the players, guys, and we really got to unite if something like this were to happen, okay? A lot of the players out there are pushing for a strike, okay? I've never been a fan of the strike. I really haven't, okay? I will show you all that, the strike and the days that they are going to do it. But I'll tell you why I've never been a fan of the strike, because it doesn't really affect the bottom line, okay? If we're going to try and get to Pixonic, we got to try to affect the bottom line of the revenue coming in, and right now that's not being affected. As a matter of fact, they're going from good to great as far as the revenue is concerned. So there's a lot of us that are upset, but not a lot of us are going to step up and say, "Well, I'm going to do the strike," or you know what? You guys do the no pay. But I'm going to sit out because, I got things I need to do. And that's all well and good. Not everybody has to participate in it, if they don't want to. We're not here to tell anybody what to do or how to play, okay? What we're saying is if we have a movement and we're going to do something, the community's got to come together as a whole, or it doesn't work. It's not going to be in favor of the players, okay? When only half the community gets involved. The last time we did it, guys, the no pay, low pay, I think we had them all the way down to about $2,000 a day, and it was awesome. And everybody was on board, and everything was going great. And the community really came together. And then they released the 4.3, okay, where they came out with the suppression bots. and immediately it had an impact, and everybody kind of forgot what we were doing and pushed off to get the brand new bots, and it was a fail. We really did. We were doing good, and it ended up being a fail with the release of one update. Okay, and if we're gonna do this, how do we keep the players on board? How do we keep everybody positive? If all Pixonic has to do is come over here and dangle a carrot in front of us, and everybody wants that carrot, and everybody's going to chase it and run it down, and totally forget about the movement that we're having until Pixonic does something like they did this time around, and then we all step up again, and we want to do it all over again. Well, we had them at 4.3. We had them the last time around. All we had to do was hold strong, not drop any coins, and everything would have been to the player's advantage. Okay, and they have our number, guys. What do you want to say? It is what it is. There's no reason to sugarcoat it and say that what should have been or what could have been. They have our number. They know how to get us. Okay, and a lot of even some of my grinders were going out there and told me. I'm not going to say any names, but yeah, they told me, hey man, I'm actually going to drop a few coins on this or drop a few coins on that. And they've changed it. They have changed things around. Even the premium. Now, those of us that always bought the premium, like myself, it was a plus to have the premium and have the double upgrade time. That was a plus, and I was happy to purchase that because that is a huge benefit to me. As much as I play, to have those double upgrade times to try and get my hanger up to par. Okay, now these new bots release, and these bots are not indestructible, guys. They are solid competitive bots, as I told you throughout all the tests. They were not going to be a dominant bot, but they are a competitive bot. And if you drop your guard against them, they're going to eat your lunch. So you just got to play them smart. And of course, I had the video up on the kill squad for the Greek bots, and how to take them out and what to do. And they are beatable. Okay, but yeah, they are strong and they are very competitive. Okay, so see. So, hey guys, we were at a certain point of the game, and and I can go all the way back, to the Rhino era because I've been here for quite a while, and it seems like the players have always had a complaint somewhere about the game. Okay, although Pixonic gave us a lot, they always take away. Okay, if they give you something, they're going to take something away. Here recently, guys, they have been giving very little and taking back a lot more. This is frustrated or an already frustrated player base, okay? And yeah, we are losing pilots left and right. We really are. And if I could just screenshot all the guys that come into our messenger to say, hey man, you know what? I'm done for now. If they fix things, maybe I'll come back later on, but it's time for me to move on. I got hundreds of messages like that, guys. And it kills me every time to lose a fellow player, and it has nothing to do with them being a subscriber. You guys are my friends. A lot of you are my friends. Okay, a lot of them tell me, oh, I'm still going to watch your channel. I'm just not going to play anymore. The whole reason for watching the channel is because we have a mutual interest in the game, and we love to play this game. Now the game is still fun, and I still play it. Okay, but it's losing a luster to a lot of players. The harder they make it to acquire new gear, the longer they take it for them to grind it out. And then on top of that, when you get your new gear and you upgrade it, well, it's about time to nerf it, okay? And that's going to be another issue, guys, with these Greek bots, okay? We've all been here for a while now, and we know Pixonic's pattern. These bots are going to come in, and they're going to dominate the field, and the more Greek bots that come onto the field, and the more dominant they become over the other bots. And if you're not picking up a swag to learn how to defeat them, you're going to get taken down pretty quick, and you're going to have Greek bots all over the field. Guys, those of y'all that have purchased the Greek bots, expect a nerf. It's coming, all right? It happened with the Spectre because it was the dominant bot. It happened with the Dash bots. They were the dominant bots, okay? Everything will have its peak and its valley. And right now, these Greek bots are the brand new bots, and they're going to peak, all right? But Pixonic will come to the point where they decide to nerf them. And those of y'all that have a lot of money and a lot of time and upgrades to get them up to par are going to be furious as hell when they take the nerf. Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on mine, and I'll get them when I get them. I'm not going to purchase a Greek bot. I would rather play the hanger that I have, get the hanger I have back up to par. As you can see, some of my bots are level 11, level 12. I've had a hard time just keeping my current hanger up to par. Okay, so that's where I'm focused at right now. You can see right now I got the Mender going up to level 12, but he won't make the field until he hits MK2. All right. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to need your feedback in the comment section below, and if we're divided on this, as we are divided, as far as I can tell from Messenger, a lot of guys are in on it and they're ready to go, but a lot of people are not, and some are just saying the hell with it. I'm just going to play, and, whatever they give me, and I'll take it with a grain of salt, and I'm just going to play the game. I'm going to grab my silver. I'm going to go after my hanger, and I'll get what I get. It doesn't matter if I get the the Greek bots, because by the time I get them up to par, they're probably going to nerf them. And of course, we know this to be the pattern, guys. So I want to hear back from you guys as far as that is concerned. Okay, as far as my target on my Greek bots specifically, I think the last time you saw me open the chest, I won 4,000 components for one of the Greek bots, but it's not the one I want. So even if I were to win. Where's the bad boy right there? Even if I were to win the Nemesis, guys, I don't think that's a bot that I would want to put into my hanger. I'm already running a series of mid-range bots or support bots that I think that are better than the Nemesis. So other than the shield, this bot doesn't really impress me very much. Now the Ares, guys, yeah, that is a solid, impressive bot. The Hades, I'm not impressed with it either. Really, really not. It doesn't do anything particularly for me. So I'm not gonna. That's not an avenue I would follow. Okay. Now, of course, let's get back over to the other thing I want to discuss. There was very upsetting to a lot of people was the nerfing of the lockdown. Okay, and lockdown, especially in the lower ends, which is the shredder and the Halo, okay, they were locking down every other shot, if not every shot, okay? You could get hit with one bullet from a shredder and you were going to be locked down. Now, this would have been particularly bad, guys, with the Greek bots, okay? I mean, they can lock you down, fire on you, even if you have them locked back down, you're not going to penetrate that shield, and then they were going to kill you with a massive lockdown. That was some of the information I got. And that was part of the idea as far as nerfing the lockdown, other than the game was becoming stagnant to where you were locked down, a majority of the game. As long as there was somebody out there with a Halo or a Shredder, and there were a ton of them, everybody had everybody else locked down. And it got to the point where it was overbearing. Did it need it? Yeah, it needed it. And especially now with the Greek bots out here, the last thing you want to be is faced with a lockdown and facing an Ares or even the Nemesis, where you can't do anything back to them. You can't shoot them because everything you shoot at them, they're going to give back to you twofold. Okay, and plus they deliver their payload plus the additional the twofold payload, and the frustration that would have brought to the game would have been horrendous. So I'm assuming that's part of why they did the lockdown. I would say right now, guys, as far as the Halo and the Shredder, the lockdown percentage is probably at about 22 to 25%. That's what I'm averaging out. When I play a game of free-for-all, I'm getting between 4 to 5 lockdowns a game. So it's no longer an automatic deal, and I was in favor of that. I definitely was in favor of that. It had nothing to do with crying about being locked down all the time, guys. And if you were to be locked down by one of these Greek bots and being pounded on, and there was absolutely nothing you can do in return other than create a bigger pounding from the second round of weapons, would have frustrated each and every single one of you guys. Okay, so this is where we're at. And as far as the future of the game, I'm not sure, guys. I mean, I really don't know what Pixonic has in mind, what direction they're heading in. As far as keeping a game fresh, nobody can argue that Pixonic has not delivered content to keep this game fresh and, you know, changing everything around and trying to balance things. The game is as fresh as the game could possibly be. It is over fresh. This thing is cold and it's becoming an issue now with a lot of people with so much new content coming out. It's impossible to keep up. That's why we have players that are leaving the game. That's why you have veterans, money spenders that say, you know what, I just can't afford, or not that I can't afford, but I choose not to drop so much money into the game anymore. And I'm talking about people spend thousands and have their hangers up to par and they just don't want anything to do with it anymore, okay? Because it seems like there's every month, guys, we're getting a brand new update of some kind. Every month is changing. What we need to be changing is the economy for better, and the economy is just getting progressively worse. Okay, now are they gonna hold out on us for a little bit and then bring the keys back and give us a way to acquire keys by selling us a particular key module or something like that? I don't know. I don't know what direction they're headed in. Things have gotten kind of quiet on their end. The more I dig for information, the less information I could possibly get. People are tending to be a little bit more quiet around me now. I don't get the information that I was getting at one time. And we know that the modules also. I brought up modules, so let me cover that real quick. The modules. I don't like them. I gave them a bad review, and my review was based on my particular gameplay with the modules, and of course the feedback from you guys, from the community that I got on modules. Okay, of course also what I read on the Facebook pages, and I spent a lot of time trolling the Facebook pages, looking around, see what everybody's saying, getting feedback from players, and see where the feel of it is. Okay, and we had two different modules that we tested out. One put the ring around us, and the other one ignores stealth. And also ignores that ring. So you have one module to perform a certain act, and then they release another module that counters that module. All right? Modules are going to be bad for the game, guys, all the way around. I like the idea of the modules when you could add something to your bot, whether it be a new weapon slot, whether it be an answer shield, a physical shield, maybe a jump. That had all kinds of creativity in my mind, and I thought that would have been kind of cool for the game, being able to add one of those particular weapon shield or abilities to an existing robot. That would have gone a long ways with a lot of stuff as far as your creativity. There would be no one dominant bot out there. With this type of options, it would bring old into new and new into old and kind of just put everything in a big clump. The way I saw it, and I could be 100% wrong, and that's why y'all's feedback is important to me, and I don't mind being called out, and I don't mind being corrected when I'm wrong, okay? And Pixonic, you shouldn't mind being corrected or called out when you're wrong, because guys, you are wrong beyond all imagine. What are you doing with the economy that was already in shambles? Now it's gone from broken glass to dust. It's just really, really bad. I don't even know quite what to say about, the constant tweaking of the economy in a negative form. It's not getting better. It's getting worse, okay? And those of y'all that are playing and see the changes that are being made in the game while you're playing, the silver payout has gotten really, really low. Okay, you're looking at probably a piece of silver per point damage that you do. Okay, and that is really bad. And it may be slightly less than that. You gotta pump out a lot of damage in order to acquire the silver, and that is with the premium, guys. That is with the premium and a booster. Okay, the payout. So they've implemented the premium, they've implemented the booster, but they reduced the amount of the initial silver payout. So even with the booster and the premium, the payout is nowhere where it should be. The reason for using boosters and premium is to get a higher payout. Well, that's not going to be the case anymore, guys, because they've gone and tweaked the amount of silver, that they're paying out per damage, and it's bad. It's bad. It's crap, guys. It is what it is. It really is. It is crap. Now the silver payout is low, even with the boosters and the premium, like I just said. But is the amount of silver, cost per upgrade gone down? Hell no. That is staying stable. And I thought it had gone down quite a bit, and I was wrong. Okay, and I'll be the first one to say, those of y'all that are told that the cost of silver had gone down for a particular upgrade because the reduction of time was cut in half, I was wrong. I did the Mender today, and I have the premium. They cut the time in half, but it was still 70 million to upgrade it. So there, I got to step up and take my lick for that one. I screwed that up. Those of y'all that I spoke to on Messenger, and I told you that, my apologies to you. I was wrong. On certain items, it was lower, but on particular high-end items, you're still going to pay the same. So your silver payout is lower, but the cost is still extremely high. Okay, gold is still a hard commodity to come by. You got to get in there. You got to grind it out. Okay, and gold was removed from the Royale, and that was a big outcry from the community. And how do we get it back in there? A lot of players are looking for answers now. They're looking for somebody to step up and take the bull by the horns. Okay, and that's got to come out of you guys, the players. As far as the strike, let me show you all the strike real quick, guys. This was sent to me today. This is the strike, okay? And they're calling for a boycott. They're asking you to go into the ratings and change if you have a 5-star, put that down to a 1-star, okay? And between the 9th and the 15th, they're asking players not to play. For a strike to be in during this week, no pay for the entire month of December. Don't spend any money for the month of December. This is well and good, and it would make a statement. But what happens on January 1st? Do people go right back to spending? Does the boycott continue? I don't know. I would have to get with the guys that are running this. I would be more interested in, a play, don't pay type of movement. Let's play the game. Let's get in there. Let's get our silvers and let's head towards our upgrades. But don't buy anything. Don't spend anything. The video ads are used for reducing the amount of upgrade time. You can use it for that. You can use it for progress towards the black market, towards getting towards the super chest. Since it's less 30% less now. Each one of those videos that you watch gives you 10. That'll give you good progress. And I don't want to be counterproductive on a boycott or a strike. And I don't want them to be counterproductive if we get a movement going with a play don't pay type of deal. So this is something where we would have to come together, okay? Come together and discuss it with the guys that are on both sides and find out, okay, how do we do it to where all of it is beneficial. All of it works. The guys that are going to boycott are going to boycott. The ones that are going to pay don't play. Play don't pay. Got to be on the same type of page, even though it's two different movements. The same way we did it last time. Okay, two different movements going, and both of them were positive right up until the release of 4.3. So y'all think about it. Y'all discuss it. Somebody got to step up and say, this is what we need to do. And then it's got to be part of rallying the gaming community. All right? And it's going to take a lot of work, guys. You got to get with somebody from the Spanish community. You got to get with somebody from the Asian community, from the Korean community, from the Russian community. You got to try to get everybody on board. And it's going to be a headache and a pain in the ass, and hopefully it works out. Because if it doesn't, and they dangle the carrot and everybody chases it, all your hard work goes out the window. So before you decide to jump in on it, make sure that that's something that you want to support. And I supported it last time, and I'll support it this time if the players rally together. If it's going to be partial rally and partial players doing it, and one side not the other, then it's going to be a fail. It's going to be a fail. And right now, guys, with the release of this update and the money they made, they can afford to sit back and wait us out. They really can. Another topic that came up today was going to Google Play. And this came up from one of the subscribers. And before I mention his name, I would have to ask him if it's okay for me to release your name, because I don't go throwing people's names out during a video. That's just not my style. Okay, but he went and he actually spoke to Google. And Google was willing to work with him if he thought that he was being mistreated by the developer, if he thought he was being cheated by the developer, and they were asking for information and they were getting ready to proceed forward with trying to do a refund. Okay, but if you do a refund, guys, if you do take that path, understand that Pixonic would have, I believe it happened before, if you go get a refund, they have the right to come back and freeze your account. So yeah, you would get some type of refund, but you could possibly lose your account. That is between Google and Pixonic, or between you and Google. There would have to be a clear understanding of what you were doing. Okay, I know this happened back in the day with Clash of Clans, and they released their heroes up to a certain level, and they were OP, and within 3 days or 3 weeks or whatever it was, they had already nerfed them, and everybody in that entire community went and hit them up for a refund. Okay, and everybody in that community got refunds, the hundreds to the thousands of dollars, and you're talking about an entire community, and it spread through Facebook like wildfire, and everybody hit them back up, and they took a significant hit. Okay, so I'm not telling you guys to go do that, okay, because I wouldn't want anybody to do that and then they lose their account and they try to get a refund, but they also wanted to keep their account. I don't know how all that works. That is something that somebody would have to discuss with Google, get information, or speak with Apple, get the information and find out how that works. Okay, don't go asking for a refund. If you're not prepared to have your account suspended and lost potentially. That is just an avenue that somebody brought up to me, and I'm going to bring it to you guys because some of y'all may feel that you're being mistreated. And those of y'all that have written to Pixonic, a lot of you are getting at the very bottom of the page. Please don't leave us. Really, Pixonic? Please don't leave us. Please fix the freaking economy, man. I mean, you are jacking this game up. You have the best game on app, and you have a solid fan base, a fan base that sticks with you, even though you seem to pick and poke and take away and take away and take away. And, I don't know anybody in their right mind that would want to frustrate their customer base the way you guys are doing it. That's like walking into a restaurant and pissing off all your customers that are going in there to pay to eat, and expect them to come back the next day. Pixel, guys, you are losing a lot of people. And, these are a lot of them. Yes, I sound like a broken record now, guys. But I do have a very good, close relationship with a large following of the community. And I'm here for my fellow players, and I'm willing to speak out for the low-end players, just like I'm willing to speak out for any one of you that want to talk. Guys, who's going to step up? Who's going to do what? I don't know. I'm going to wait for y'all to tell me. Okay, I will be the voice, and I will bring it to YouTube, and I will push it as hard as I can. And if the movement goes, I'll be right there by your side every step of the way. If we're not going to do it, then let's just take what they give us, play the game, or make the decisions that we're going to make. But it kills me how much this community has thinned out over the last 2 months. I mean, it has gone on a crash diet, and it is thinning out fast. And, the ones that are taking the brunt are going to be the lower end players that are getting pulled up into higher leagues to fill the gaps. Guys, I want to hear from y'all. I want to know what y'all think as far as everything that's going on. And those of y'all that have already started messaging me we'll continue our conversations. Guys, if you're new to this channel, feel free to hit that sub button. Also hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the stuff or any of the stuff that's gonna be coming up here in the next few weeks, guys. And if you like this video, guys, please slap that like. I really do appreciate it, and it helps me out. I'll be looking forward to your comments and your conversations, guys. And until the next round, this is Islanders signing out.